What's up YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we're going to take a step back from coin roll hunting and talk a little bit about what we do after we've hunted all of those coins. So one of the biggest questions I get asked, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, through email, through comments on my videos, it is, what do I do with all these coins once I'm done hunting them? And I think anyone that has coin roll hunted for some time will tell you, really you have two options, really maybe three or four, but two real options. One is if you have a bank that has a coin machine, you return them to a bank with a coin machine. Or the second real option is these things, right? We have to rewrap those coins to take them back to the bank. Now, I understand from some people in the community that their banks won't even accept rolled coins, and if that's you, I don't really have a solution for you. Most of the banks in the metro Atlanta area will take coins back. They do have to be rolled. As you can see, I mark all my wrappers with some sort of marking. I used to do circles. I've moved to lines because I've got a nice thick black marker. But these things are the bane of my existence because re-rolling coins takes quite a while to do. I've gotten pretty fast at it. I do have a coin counting machine. I have a method I use with dollars and quarters and whatnot that allows me to move pretty quickly, but it was much nicer when I had a coin machine to rely on. Well, what I really wanted to spend today talking about was where you can actually get these wraps. And the first option is the easy one. You can go to the bank. Right? When you go to the bank and you get coins, you can say, hey, can I have some wraps? And 9 times out of 10, they will give you some wraps. Now, my banks used to give me a bunch every time I asked, 20, 30, 40, 50 of each denomination, maybe as high as, 100. And over the years, those numbers kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller to where now when I ask for wraps, they might give me 20 or 10, right? And I'm tired of driving around to different banks to try to ask for wraps, so I've just resorted to buying my wraps. And I know there's a lot of coin roll hunters out in the community. If you're going to do this for a long time and you're going to do it in really large quantities and you don't have a bank with a coin machine and you are stuck wrapping your coins, I'm going to show you what I do or where I buy them, or at least the last place that I bought them. I'm actually going to talk about 2 places that I get coin wraps. One, there's a pretty special deal going on, so make sure you stick out throughout the whole video because I'm going to give you a code to help you get, I think it's 15% off your first order. So anyway, these I buy by the box. I've got a $50 box pulled out here so you can see, and I know it hardly fits on camera, but this is the size box they come in, and they ship in 1,000 per carton, right? So if you're okay at math, there's 1,000 in a carton. It takes 50 to roll up a box. That means each box is worth 20 boxes of $50. And that's true of any denomination that you get 50 in a box. So your quarters, you're going to get 50. Your nickels, you're going to get 50. I think even your dimes, you're going to get 50. Same with your pennies. Now your dollars, you get 40. So your $1,000 box is going to go a little bit farther. So this is what you get. They are rather large. So when you get charged kind of high shipping, or if there's a higher dollar cost average for these at places, it's because they're building shipping in, because just the weight on one alone, you're talking about pushing the $5 to $6, maybe even $7 in a regular postage. And by then you're going up to priority mail or doing some sort of UPS shipping. So anyway, this is how I do it. And I'm going to show you now, we're going to jump over to the computer and I'm going to show you the 2 places that I go to the most to purchase those boxes of wraps. And the last thing I did want to say before we get over there, I mentioned there were a couple of different ways you could return coins. Some banks will let you return coins in bags, and at least one of the solutions I'm going to show you, if not both, you can also purchase bank bags. Some banks will give out those bags freely. I've never found one of those banks. And the other things with bank bags is a lot of banks do require that you are a business customer to return coin in bags, because what they do is they put your account number on it. It gets counted at the Fed or wherever they drop it, Loomis, Brinks, wherever. And they actually count it on the back end. And if it's off, they true it up against your account. When you're just a regular consumer, they typically won't do that. Your other option, and I've heard people say this, is they'll get, a $500 box of quarters and then they spend those for the week, right? Or the month or what have you. That's fine if you are a casual coin roll hunter and you're going to do 1 box of quarters a month or 1 or 2 boxes of halves a month. But when you're going through $4 or $5 or $6 or $7,000 worth of change every month, or in some cases every week, that's not tenable. You can't spend $5,000 in quarters and half dollars just wandering around town. A, you'd go broke and no one would want to serve you anymore because they'd be tired of all the change you drop off. The other option I hear about all the time or get asked about is Coinstars, right? At your Walmarts, your Publix, wherever you can find your Coinstar. Those places used to have an option where as long as you got a store gift card, there was no exchange fee. I've seen that disappear in the Atlanta area, so check your local area and see if that's the case, because if your local Walmart will do a no-fee drop at the Coinstar, then, for a Walmart gift card, maybe that's a good deal for you if you're doing a box a week or 2 boxes a week and you shop at Walmart a lot. But all of the ones near me are now a 10 to 18% fee, and on a $500 box of halves, assuming the machine took halves, that would be a $50 to I think roughly $75-ish fee on every box that I returned, which would be impossible to sustain. So for me, I am now stuck wrapping coins. So that's a lot of information. Let's jump over. Let me show you how you can get these things cheap, and I'm going to show you where I got a bunch of boxes super cheap on my last order. At least cheap based on what I think it typically costs to buy these things. Well, before we get over to the 2 places that I recommend for buying wraps, I did want to take a second and show you guys my website. If you didn't know, I do have a website, gacoinsandcollectibles.com, right here, where I have all kinds of stuff that I find for my coin roll hunts, as well as silver that I've bought over the years that I have for sale out here. And I also make announcements from time to time here on the homepage. Like back in July, I was trying to get a group together to do a 10-ounce Beskar bar giveaway. Right now, we're sitting at about 12 or 13 people, and I'm looking for 30. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you click on this link and fill out that registration form. That's how I'm determining interest. And if you click on the shop button up here, you'll see all the stuff that I have for sale here in the shop. And it's all, I won't say it's well organized, but it's all out here and not too hard to find because I haven't really blown out the store with everything I want to sell, but it has a good bit. So anyway, on to why we're here today, and that is the very first website I recommend, especially for low volume coin roll hunters, and if you have the need to buy wraps, it's Take a Look at Staples. 2 reasons. One is there's always free shipping on orders over, I believe it's $35, or actually if you look right here, they're doing next day delivery on no order minimum. For a long time you had to spend $35. So this actually would work out for you today because you wouldn't have to get to the $35 minimum. And there's always all kinds of coupons that you can find out here at sites like Retail Me Not. This will go away. I don't know how long they're running this promotion, but typically, like I said, free shipping on $35 orders. So what we can do is put in here $half wraps, and you will see we're at $11.19 for 1,000 pack, like I showed you earlier in the video. If we look at their penny wraps, they're a bit more expensive at $13.89, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but they range all over the place, and these prices do from time to time go up and down, and they do have volume discounts, but you got to go pretty high, and you don't save that much money. Now, with a free next day no order minimum, you probably could get, put together a nice 2, 3, 4 box deal and do better than the website that I'm really going to recommend to you. But the website I'm going to show you is if you're doing super high volume, and you'll see why in just a second. So the next place I want to show you is called banksupplies.com. I've been watching them for some time, but I've always been put off a little bit by their shipping because their shipping is very, very high. But I did want to show you why I do like them, especially for high volume. If we put in coin wraps here, you will see they have a value flat coin wrap, and I'm seeing a lot of banks in my area start to carry these value ones over some of the higher dollar ones. That look more like these shotgun rolls or these colored ones, but they go as low as $5. Now, because I'm higher volume, how many boxes do you think I recently bought? Especially knowing that they're $6.50 for a single box. At 5, they go for $5.75 a piece, and if you go 10 or more, they're $5 a piece. Why don't you drop down below, leave me a guess in the comments down below how many boxes you think I recently purchased of these, and we'll see how close you are. So I'll put a little video up here just to show you how many boxes I got. We'll do it in fast forward so you see them quickly. But this is definitely somewhere where you want to do a little bit of volume, and the reason is that as cheap as they are per box, they're going to get you on the shipping, and I'll show you the reason I did this. If I duplicate my order here, which was 6 half-dollar boxes and $1 box, because I've been doing a lot of dollar videos lately, you will see that I'll get to $41 for 7 boxes of wraps, whereas at Staples, that same $41, I couldn't have gotten 4 boxes. So I got 3 additional boxes for the same price. Now, the difference here is once you start going through the checkout process, they use FedEx Ground, and this thing comes in a huge box. Here's the size box that mine showed up in. So my shipping was a little over $18, and the reason I chose 7 was because it was $18 to ship it, whether I was at 3 boxes or 7. Once I went to 8, shipping went up to $23 or $24. So I decided to stop at 7. Now, if you do use this site, the added benefit is there is a promo code that you can run right now, or that you can use right now, Social2023, and that will take an additional 15% off your order. So here we are getting 7 boxes for $34.85. And if you add the, we'll just use $20 to make the math easier. This would take you to $54, and you'd take about $1.50 off of that. So $53 and change is what I paid for 7 boxes of wraps. Now that may seem high, but at $11 and change, I actually did pretty darn well, even considering Staples is doing free shipping. So to wrap this up, I guess I just want to end with, it's worth giving banksupplies.com a look. They have all kinds of cool stuff that's bank related. If you need trays, if you need holders, if you just want wrapping paper because you're going to make your own wraps, they have counting machines. If you're one of those people that can do bank bags and the bank's not giving you bags, I would suggest giving them a look as well, because I think they've got a pretty good price on those, and the 15% off coupon applies at least to your first order. I do think you have to buy in pretty large bulk to make it worth it. But as you saw in my comparison, which I'll throw back up on the screen here real quick, for just about the same amount of money, I got I think 2 more full boxes of wraps, which for me is worth it. And with that 7-box purchase, I can now wrap $25,000 worth of pennies, and I think $60,000 worth of halves, assuming I did my math right, which is a ton. That'll last me easily through the end of the year, probably well into the first quarter, and I won't have to worry about it any longer. But if you're one of those lucky people and you have access to a coin machine, or if you're able to just throw them in bags and the bank's giving you bags, well, congratulations. From the questions I get, I just don't think that's the norm, and I wanted to share this little bit of information for you. So remember, banksupplies.com, not an affiliate. I don't even make a dime off of this, but that coupon code is Social2023. Make sure you take advantage of it at least once if you need the quantity. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something. If you did, let me know. Drop on down below, click that like button, and leave me a comment. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and then click that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I release a new video. I'd really appreciate it. Special shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel month after month. I really, really appreciate it. If you're interested in the memberships, while you're down there hitting that subscribe button or leaving a comment, click on that join button, learn all about our memberships. And with that said, I hope you guys are doing great. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.